If someone is inconsistent, dump his ass. Is not treating you right because you have not set the tone. Is not treating you right because it feels like you're going to still stay. What's up, what's up, what's up? How you guys doing? If you're just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Just Lover Grace and I'm a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. If this is not your first time of seeing me, hi. We are over 600 subscribers. Yay! Thank you to everyone who's engaged with my videos. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Today I'm back with another banger. I'm back with a brand new video and I feel like today's topic is so important and I feel like 90% of ladies especially will be able to relate to this. Let's just jump into it. Today I'm going to be discussing something that I consider to be extremely important, like I said, and it's basically just to expose you to how you're shortchanging yourself as a lady. I feel like it's one mistake that you're making as a lady, which is, making you not get the desired results that you want. And I want to talk from do not lower your standards. Do not lower your standards. I just want to start off with saying that men do not treat every woman the same. It might be a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. I feel like I've seen it happen so many times. I know that it's a known fact. And it's not just even men, it's human beings generally. You don't treat everyone the same. Even you as a lady, you don't treat every man the same. Do you get what I mean? Like the way you are to a certain man is not the same way you are to another man. Do you get me? So the same thing applies to men. They don't treat every woman the same. The same man who you see is very stingy to one woman is the same one who is very generous to another woman. The same man who you see is mean or harsh or inconsistent with one woman, you'll be surprised that that person will meet the love of his life and be extremely sweet. And it's like, how on earth, why was I being treated this way? And then when he met someone else, it completely changed into another human being. That's it. You need to know that men don't treat every woman the same. And there's one thing that influences their treatment of women, and it is us, is we ourselves. We're the ones that set the standards. We're the trend setters. And this is what I mean. You as a lady, you tell a man how to treat you. The man learns from you how he is supposed to treat you. Do you get what I mean? So when a man and a woman usually meet each other for the first time, I feel like they don't really know what's up. That's why you need to get to know each other at first. And from interactions with you as a woman, it now begins to draw, it begins to take notes of different points. And this is how it now begins to treat you. So it's very important that you're sending out the right message. If, for example, you do not respect yourself, you do not love yourself, you don't treat yourself well, you don't treat yourself right, chances are the guy is going to pick up from you that he can treat you anyhow. And that's because you yourself, you don't respect yourself in the first place. Do you understand? And I have a story to tell. So the first time this happened, it's actually happened to me in secondary school and university. The first time it happened in secondary school, and by the time we got to SS2, by SS1 we had already started in biology. We started learning about puberty and all these kind of things, and the way that we were in GSS class, we had completely transformed by the time we got to SS class. So most of the girls obviously were now beginning to, their bodies began to form, breasts began to appear here and there. The guys' voices began to crack. So it was a thing. And I remember that some of my classmates were very curious and they had begun to just mess around with themselves. And I know that one of that messing around was maybe a girl is passing and they would just feel like it was okay to tap the girl's ass. And I think they would do it to a couple girls. And there was this time I was on a queue, right? I think we're queuing for food or something. I can't remember. And then I just felt something, it wasn't even a tap. I just felt something, at my back. I did not even ask. I did not even try to find out what was going on. As soon as I turned back, my hand was turning back with me. I'm not saying that you should practice violence, so but no jokes, I slapped smacked hard the guy behind me, and it was stunned. It was shocked. It was like, what? And I'm like, I felt something on my back. Like, don't you dare try it with me. If you think that you can do it with other girls, cool. But don't do that with me. Like, when you see just Loba, just know that this one is a no-go area. Like, don't do that. Like, we don't play like that. And it became a thing in my class. They used to say that, don't even try to mess with just Loba, because they used to say that my hand was faster than my brain. It was an insult, but yeah, I remember they used to say that because my hand will move. Like, I'm not even joking. I remember in university, it happened when I was in diploma. There was this guy, not my very good friend, by the way. It was just, very mischievous and all that kind of stuff. One day he was trying to play with me, and I'm like, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. He wasn't listening. Leave me alone. He wasn't listening. I slapped this boy. And you need to know that the way I am now is not the way that I was in diploma. I was very tiny, very skinny, and this guy was like, big and all the muscles and everything. I wasn't even thinking this guy might beat me up. And it became a thing once again in like university. Like, don't mess with me, don't play with me like that. So that's just a very like simple example. You let people know how to treat you. You let men know how to treat you. You're arguing with a man, for instance, and he starts to raise his voice. It starts to hurl insults at you. Maybe for the first time, you just see that sense of this kind of person is trying to get physically abusive. The way you react that first time is going to set the tone for the rest of your relationship with that guy. If you let him know, no, you don't do this. Like, you let it know in your words, you let it know in your actions, you stay away from him.
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you.
It's going to get the message like, yo, I can't do this to this babe. I can't do this to this girl. So I feel like that's very, very important. It's not treating you right because you have not set the tone. It's not treating you right because it feels like you're going to still stay. If someone is inconsistent, dump his ass. If someone is treating you poorly, he would continue to treat you poorly unless you change your reaction to him. Is learning from you that she's going to tolerate it. That same person would see another lady who respects herself, who knows her worth, and he would treat her like the queen that she deserves. Not because you yourself are not a queen, but because you haven't realized it, and more importantly, you haven't communicated that this is not how I want to be treated. And so now to the crux of the matter, what ladies do is they lower their standards. If, for example, a man knows that you're a believer and he knows that your standard is no sex before marriage, and then he says, come over, like, come spend the night, and then you say yes, that's you already lowering your standard. That's you already like say that this is your standard and then acting in a different way. Do you get me? The man already knows that, okay, I can get her to like lower her standards in this way. You're already shooting yourself in the leg. You want to be with someone who is consistent, and this person has been showing you consistently that he is inconsistent, and maybe because of, I don't know, you're still going with the flow. You're sending message. The guy is just absorbing all the messages that you're sending to him. Like, I can treat you like this and nothing is going to happen. And I think that a major reason why ladies lower their standards is because they feel like, some people even say that men are scarce, and they say like, anyone you see, just manage it. When I hear statements like that, I just know that you don't really love yourself. You've not really understood what your value is, and more importantly, you don't know the plans that God has for you. Because if your mentality is men are scarce, then definitely men are going to be scarce to you, and you're going to keep managing nonsense. What you want to do is to maintain your standards, and the right person will rise up to meet your standards. If he doesn't rise up to meet your standards, then that means he thinks that you're not worth the hassle. Haven't you heard of stories or even met people who's like, it's because of this girl that I started going to church, like, because I really wanted her and I knew that church was important to her, and so I started going to church. Or it was because of this girl that I quit smoking, that I quit this, because I knew that she was not going to entertain that, and so I had to. If the guy really thinks that you're worth the stress, he's going to rise to meet your standard. Some men, all they need is that challenge. And men, I feel like men are naturally hunters. So when they see that this girl is worth it, they are going to rise to meet that standard. If the girl is like really set on, I'm not having sex before marriage, If you do not want it, then go. I want to be celibate before marriage. Then if you cannot deal, if you cannot cope, then move, go. Then that means you're not the one for me. And ladies, we need to get used to saying things like, okay, that didn't work out, that's fine. That means that person is not for me. You don't have to be liked by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You don't have to be changing yourself like a chameleon to fit any Tom, Dick, and Harry. I feel like you need to get comfortable with saying, I have standards, I have values. This person is the complete opposite. I've communicated my standards. I've communicated how I want to be treated. I've carried myself with respect and dignity. If he is not rising up to meet my standards, then it's fine. Let him go. Let him go. He will meet someone who he can, be cool with, but that's not for you. You need to be comfortable enough, and that comes from, it doesn't just come from you wanting to be that way. It comes from you understanding that you are valuable, of you understanding that you're worth it, that you are that girl and more, like you're that babe and more. And sis, if you've never heard it before, let me tell you, you're worth it. Honestly, you're worth it. You're worth the stress. You're worth the hassle. And it's even for the good of the guy, because if you're getting him to drop a vice, or if you're getting him to rise to be a better person, then that's a good thing. Men don't treat all women the same. You tell a man how to treat you. A man learns from you how to treat you. So make sure that you're treating yourself well. You're carrying yourself with dignity, carrying yourself with respect. Stop compromising on your standards. Stop being finicky. Stop being shaky and unstable with your standards because you're trying to please someone. Because at the end of the day, it is not going to be worth it. The relationship is going to end up in the bin, and you're going to end up being heartbroken. And you'll be like, for what? Like, this is someone that I did all these things for. Do you get me? And that's probably the reason why you haven't, gotten into a place of rest and gotten into a place where you're happy. I think that's the end of my video. Please, I hope that you like this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not, and leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? And guys, do you feel like I'm saying the truth? Do you treat every woman the same? Let me know in the comment section. Please like my video, engage with this video, as it helps YouTube to show my video to a larger audience. I love you guys so much, and I will be back with another video next week. Bye.